All right, so here we are. Me in my PJ pants. Rain pouring outside. Hopefully you'll be able to hear us there. I'll have to talk extra loud. This is what everybody has been clamoring for. 3 states, 2 provinces have been clamoring for Honey Baby to get behind the camera. No, in front of the camera. You're always behind the camera. They need you to be in front of the camera. And this is going to be outstanding because she has something crazy planned. I'm going to get out of the way. I'm going to let her have it. And I'll probably just sit over here and just slobber.
Okay, so this could be interesting because I haven't actually made scallops at all for quite some time. I think the last time we had scallops, you made them, and they were, what, a year ago?
Yeah, at least. We don't need them very much. We only found that we got these because we found them on sale.
They were on sale,
yeah,
so these were frozen. And we've thawed them, and now I've had them sitting out for about a half hour trying to bring them to room temperature. You don't want to ever cook your seafood cold because it actually kind of, what's the word? Shrivels up?
Yeah.
Not shrivels up. Pulls up, draws up. Anyway, I'm not thinking of the right word. But anyway, so I've been bringing them up to room temperature, and then there's always a lot of extra liquid that comes along with frozen seafood. So I actually took paper towels and blotted them and tried to dry them up as much as possible so they sear versus steam when we add them to heat. The other thing that I did was I made pasta. Everybody knows how to do that, right? So I've just got some pasta sitting here on the side.
Luckily you made that.
All right, and then we're also gonna do asparagus. So I've got asparagus, water, steam basket, lid.
This is gonna be so stinking good.
So I'm gonna start getting my cast iron hot.
Thank you to Deborah and Ron Wrigley.
That's right. And then
I'm
gonna make a sauce, and I'm gonna make 2 sauces actually. So this sauce will go over the pasta and the scallops. So I've got what? I never measure. So 1, 2, 3, 5 tablespoons of butter going in the saucepan. I'll get that going. We've had kind of a wild and crazy day, haven't we, babe?
Oh yeah. And 80-mile-an-hour winds supposedly. We're supposed to be taking shelter, so we took shelter in the kitchen.
Yes, we went to where our happy place.
We went to our safe place.
So we use a lot of this stuff. It's the garlic paste. We get it on Amazon. Once we started using it, we haven't gone back to the crushing of the fresh. It's a great substitute. It's just basically garlic paste. So I would say, I'm gonna go pretty garlicky. So I'll probably like 2 teaspoons of this, or I would say if I was doing garlic cloves, it would be probably 4 cloves minced. So all I have in my saucepan then is butter and a whole lot of garlic. I've got this one heating up for the scallops. I am gonna go ahead and start my asparagus in the back. I grew up eating canned asparagus. Don't recommend it. This is fresh asparagus, and
is that light, that back burner? It doesn't look like it's lit.
Nope, it's not. Which one is it?
There you go.
I grew up eating canned asparagus. I don't recommend it. This is fresh. I like to steam my asparagus, and I like it tender crisp. I tell everybody when you're steaming asparagus, the way you know it's done is when you start to smell it. As soon as you start to smell it, turn the heat off. Just leave the lid on, and you'll have perfectly cooked asparagus. So we'll get that going. It's a little hotter than I want it to be. Okay. So we're just gonna let that garlic kind of sit down in the butter. I don't really want it hot. I just want it to kind of slowly heat up. You don't want like burnt garlic flavor. You just want as much garlic flavor as you can get. You don't want to brown your butter. You want to just melt it. So we'll let that get going. And then I'll go ahead and add probably about a teaspoon of salt. Unlike Sean, I do salt. And I do salt almost every layer of a meal. And I'll put a little black pepper in there. And once again, this is gonna be kind of the garlic, butter, Parmesan, lemon sauce that I'm gonna make. And I'll go over the pasta and the scallops. This is all gonna come together pretty quickly. Really, honestly, probably what I'll be waiting on is the asparagus. Okay, so I'm gonna come back over here. I make a sauce for asparagus that's super easy. You could just use the garlic butter sauce and put that over the asparagus as well. That'd be really good. But I make a special sauce for asparagus and everybody loves it. And everybody asks me all the time how to make it. And it's really like super simple. So here is 3 tablespoons of butter. Sour cream.
You're like me, you never have a spoon handy.
So I eyeball this. There's really no measuring. Maybe 1/3 of a cup. I don't know if you were a measuring type of person. And you're gonna take your Parmesan, and I'd say probably about 1/4 of a cup. Dump it down in there. Now, the only key to this is, and I literally microwave this, is you just don't want the Parmesan cheese to cook. So I usually go about 30-second increments. Give that a little stir. That's really probably about where I want it. I'm actually gonna move this asparagus to my front burner because it's better. So you're wanting to get this scallop pan really, really hot. I'm letting that happen on purpose. So if you see here, I've got barely melted butter, just kind of giving this a stir. Okay, and then you're gonna go back in. You're really just looking to melt that butter about another 30 seconds. This is looking like it's ready.
I can see the smoke.
So what you're gonna do is you're gonna take your room temperature scallops that you've gotten all the extra moisture off of, and these are gonna cook uber fast. You're just gonna lay them down, keep moving. You don't wanna overcrowd them. You're looking for a sear, not steamed. And more liquid will come out of these as they cook. I mean, I might actually batch those just because I don't want to interrupt their searing process. So then here I am with this asparagus sauce. Once again, just kind of letting it melt down. All right. Okay, that's all it is. And then you put a little bit of salt. About a teaspoon, half teaspoon. A little bit of black pepper. And have some of the best asparagus sauce you can make.
It is delicious.
And
I will second that.
Super simple. So you can just set that to the side. Let's see here. Where's my tongs go? They're right here.
They're in the pasta.
All right, so we're just gonna check some of these to see where we're at. All right, they need to sit a little bit longer. They still have a lot of liquid in them, don't they?
Mm-hmm. They'll cook out pretty quickly. Now you've got your lemon that you're gonna add to that other sauce that you put back there.
I'll probably put that on a lower burner, just on low. Did it go? Yeah. Got lemon over here. I don't want it overly lemony, so I'm just gonna kind of squeeze it in here. Okay. Give that a stir. I mean, it's just a basic lemon garlic sauce. Come back over here and see how we're doing. Okay. I would honestly like for these to have a little bit more of a But we're almost getting to the point where we're gonna have to flip them so we don't overcook them.
Now you were running that temperature at about medium. Oh no, you probably could turn that temperature up just a little higher and get that a little more brown.
Now this one's looking good. I can feel it. That's what you want right there.
Yeah, look at that one. Wow, yeah.
It's just drier on that side of the skillet. That's the big key to this, is getting those scallops dry enough. Let's see, that one's not ready. And you can do these on the flat top outside. If you've got a flat top, we'll go ahead and back. I'm gonna go ahead and flip these because we're running into where they're gonna be overcooked. I'd rather have less char and a perfectly cooked scallop than more char and it be overcooked. So, still just a lot of liquid in those. All right, they don't take long, so we will go ahead and pull these. Because they'll continue to cook once they're on the plate. And I always, if I'm cooking seafood, I always cook it separately. And I always pull it before it's completely done, because the temperature will come up on it. And if I have sauces and things, I will add it back in so you don't overcook your seafood. Nobody likes that.
Now seafood tends to turn pretty rubbery.
Yeah.
When it gets overcooked, so you definitely don't want that.
Let's check and see how this is going. Okay.
So we're already, the color changes.
Yeah, the color's changing on that asparagus. I can't smell it yet. So we got a good boil. It's steaming good. We'll just give it another minute or so. And like I said, as soon as you start to smell it, it's done. Okay.
Boy, I wish I could smell in here right now between the garlic and the seafood. Oh, that is delicious.
I'm gonna take the heat back off that butter. It's done. Just waiting to smell that asparagus. It's almost there.
Everybody has to know you didn't put any seasoning on those scallops.
Nope, not at all.
You just pop them in the skillet.
Nope, didn't put anything. Because they already have a lot of liquid in them, and if I put salt on them, it would just pull even more of that liquid out. Mm-hmm. Also, your seafood kind of shrinks down a little bit as it cooks, so you can over salt things pretty easily. You can over pepper things easily, so I like to, like I said, always cook it separately. Kind of go back in with my seasoning once it's cooked and soft stuff from there. Oh, lots of liquid in those scallops still. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
They're just about there. Just about there. All right, so what we'll do over here then is we will grab some plates, and then this comes together pretty quick. Asparagus is looking done. Getting some color on these scallops over here. Gonna flip them. We'll go ahead and take our pasta, put it down on the plate. The other thing that's good about seafood is that it cooks relatively easy. Now granted, I made the pasta and stuff ahead of time, but
yeah, you're only at 15 minutes in this whole video so far.
Yeah.
So.
I'll go ahead and put some of these down. You can see where some liquid is still continue to cook out. So they've been cooking sitting here.
Mm-hmm.
They smell good.
Mm-hmm.
We still have a couple in the pan. So that can be for my lunch tomorrow, right?
Mm-hmm. That's exactly right.
Oh gosh. Just want to make sure they don't overcook. We'll take our asparagus. Now look, that's perfect.
Mm-hmm.
Don't want to overcook the asparagus.
Boy, that's a pretty plate.
Mm-hmm. Get a hold of it. All right. Then we've got our asparagus sauce here. That's uber good.
That's fantastic.
I've been making this sauce forever and a day. I'm not even sure how I came across it. It just almost is like it's been forever. It's just how I've always done it. I'm gonna pull these scallops so they don't overcook. I don't know what consistency you would say that you're wanting to feel for. Where
Almost like
a
fish
little,
fillet when it gets cooked.
Where it gives a little, but not too much. All right. Give this a little stir, and we're just gonna kind of spoon down over the top. It's really simple. And I will add some Parmesan over the top. And there
I
you
will
have
volunteer to take a bite.
it. You could also put some more lemon if you wanted.
A little splash of lemon.
Yeah, there you go.
All right, I'll volunteer. Somebody has to do it. Get a scallop and some of the pasta. Mmm.
Okay.
Mm-hmm. Amazing.
Your scallops cooked good, or are they overdone?
Perfect.
They're perfect. Good.
There you go. That's
All right.
amazing. I'll tell y'all, she's amazing.